Welcome back to the Brew Crew podcast, everyone. This is episode 126. 126. It's great. Matt, is Tom Brady the best vegetarian to ever go to Michigan?
Is he a vegetarian?
I have no idea, actually. I just thought of that statement about 2 seconds ago. I think he's got like a healthy vibe to him, right?
I heard
he
that...
does some weird dietary shit.
I heard
only eats chicken wings.
Yeah, I heard that he only...
I like that diet.
Me too.
He just had his first strawberry ever, just like last year.
Oh, yeah, I think we talked about that. Yeah, that's right.
He did a video. He ate it on video.
Oh. Yeah.
It was really strange.
Like, he grew up in California, like the produce, capital of the U.S. You didn't have a strawberry.
Apparently his high school is, like, churning out, like, celebrities and athletes.
Yeah, Bold Bryan went there.
Yeah, did we talk about this already?
You're
Sometimes
behind.
it's hard to know.
The one thing that I did see, just spoiler alert, I watched about 5 minutes of the Super Bowl because I didn't care before I went to bed.
Mm-hmm.
I love that his center wore the his
Superman shirt.
No, not the Superman shirt. His
bulletproof flak vest.
His center wore his combine picture where Tom Brady just looked like a bag of potatoes.
Nice.
So like he's just in his boxers and he's not appealing. He doesn't look like he's going to get a supermodel later in life. Mm-hmm. That's when I think he ran famously a 5.1940, which is terrible.
Gosh, I wonder what
now 199th pick, 6th round. So
I'd probably walk it.
Yeah,
it's too much to run at this point.
I would be about a 5.1 now.
5.1 now?
Not in the snow. We just had a lot of snow.
Yeah, I would send it snow. I'm impressed with the Ohio Department of Transportation. I haven't been out until I didn't leave the house until like 1:45, but the roads were good.
I went to
roads
work.
Were good.
They were good.
Before 4, and I was not impressed with the roads.
Oh, okay. So I was curious about the morning because it used to be like that when I would come down from Troy. Yeah. The highways were awful, and you could always see where the county split because like it would get really good. Yeah. All of a sudden, everything's plowed.
So I have a speedway, and this is gonna foreshadow for one of my stories coming up. I stopped to get seeds because I wanted seeds at work because at that time they hadn't closed the base, and I was telling Cobra, both plows were parked right in front of Speedway where the parking is. Mm-hmm. So I had to park at a pump. I know it's dumb, but just they were parked like perpendicular like assholes. You'd say, but it's 3:45 or in the morning, so not a big deal. I will say that this is the first time that I've shoveled in 2 years, which is a much change from Wisconsin.
Yeah, you did a good job. You don't have you have a snowblower?
No, I made a conscientious decision when I moved down here to leave my snowblower in. Because I was like, I'm never going to need it.
I thought your driveway was a disgrace considering where you're from.
Yeah.
I guess
because it had been packed down before.
Sure.
Yeah. I was expecting that thing to be pretty clean.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
I was quick, so I could get a workout.
Is important.
So I could get a workout in. But yeah. So we're not a weather podcast.
Your sidewalk does look good.
Well, that's unbroken concrete, so that was nice.
Yeah, that was easy.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some coils.
Or those black mats.
Do it, man.
How much do you think that'll cost? A lot, right?
No, just get those black mats that you can put
they got black mats?
Yeah. They're being advertised all the time. But the one thing I want to do is I do want to talk about the little bit of the Super Bowl that I did watch. So I'm a Sam Adams mark. They're what transitioned me off of Blue Moon, so then I went into Sam Adams. I love the Sam Adams commercial. I don't know if you guys saw it, where the Boston hooligan pulled the linchpin for the draft horses, kind of poking fun at Budweiser. And it was like 2 hours before the game. It's like, Super Bowl time.
Okay.
I laughed. I thought that was hilarious. Like, hey, so there were draft horses in the Super Bowl time frame. They weren't the Budweiser, I'm sure. But it's just like, it's just a guy with a Boston accent. I'm not going to do it. I haven't had enough to drink yet, but just pulled the linchpin and goes, I guess this was important or something like that. And threw it away. Just kept walking. Same Adams.
Yeah,
loved
great.
it. So that was the only commercial I saw that really... And I know there was maybe some good ones that I've heard about, but I haven't seen them.
I don't know. I heard Reddit had a really short commercial that was like, "Fuck you, world."
I heard that too.
Everyone loved it.
Either. Man, I missed
heard it was the shortest Super Bowl commercial in history, I think.
5 seconds.
5 seconds. Yeah. Very smart. I mean, Reddit's filthy rich.
Yeah, I mean, you can do a 5-second ad on YouTube. Effectively, why not on TV?
But just the timing of it with the Wall Street Bets saga and everything.
That's Mr. Serena Williams, right? He's one of the creators.
Yeah, he's the...
No, he stepped down.
The founder.
But he still has to get some mailbox money,
of course he gets the mailbox money, but he doesn't have an active role in it anymore. He stepped away from that a few years ago.
And then finally for my piece of news, and this is very regional, again, no pre-production, so if one of the other guys has this, I'm going to be absolutely shocked. Quick Trip, which is like here you have Speedway and crispy, crunchy shell. Quick Trip,
crispy, crunchy shell.
which is
I like that.
Which is
deep-fried gas.
the best gas station in Wisconsin, parts of Minnesota, Iowa, or whatever, by far. They're finally doing their own beer, and their line of everything is Urge.
Urge.
So like Urge chips, Urge pizza, which is funny if you think about the urge that it's going to give you later in that night. So now it's Urge beer, but I was looking at some of the can. Yeah. I was next time I go home, I'm gonna buy some of this. I was looking at some of the can art. It's promising. It's not just like the Tischlers. It's not like an ancient lager. Like there's some character to the can. So I haven't heard on anything. My wife's best friend is in the Quick Trip hierarchy. So it'll be interesting to talk to her when I see her next about Urge beer.
I think it's brilliant. I think every place should. I think that's the future. Is that
do your own?
Yeah, you're gonna have your own brand of beer. Tischler's got their own brand of beer. Quick Trip's gonna have their own brand. Soon you'll have Speedway IPA, right?
Ooh, I like the sound of that.
I mean, why sell other people's beer?
Right.
Make your own.
Well, yeah, that's what they were doing in Vegas starting 5-6 years ago. Each casino was making their own swill. God, did it taste dog awful, but I mean, drink our own stuff. That way we're not having to buy cases of Miller Lite. We can make it cheaper.
Yeah, they're giving it away for free anyway.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
It's a good idea.
Cobra, you had a piece of news. It wasn't that, was it?
It was just tiny. Yeah, it was tiny regional from Wisconsin. First ever beer snow was made.
Beer snow.
Beer snow. I just saw it. It was in
artificial snow.
WXOX or WXOV or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Anyway, some random couple. This is a very regional story.
Very regional.
Very localized. They made a big pot of beer brats, and then they took the boiling pot of beer and put it into a big squirt cannon, and then we're shooting it way up into the air to make beer snow.
Oh, very cool.
So that was the Wisconsin.
I like that idea.
Beer news.
Yeah.
So. Anything else, JT, that you want to cover?
I barely watched the Super Bowl. I had it on.
I think
that's a theme. I did see a couple commercials.
I think that's a theme.
And I actually feel bad.
Are we going to cover the bets?
We should cover the bets. That national anthem, man, was like long.
Terrible. So the
way over.
No one. The reason I'm a little disheveled. No one posted on social media, at least that I saw. So anyways, Super Bowl picks.
Hold on, let me just get this one fact.
Go ahead.
I did like the Cheetos commercial. That's it. Watch it on YouTube. I don't like Ashton Kutcher, but I think he might have won me over with that one. Him and Shaggy.
Oh, I didn't like that.
You didn't like? I didn't like the commercial until the end, when he was like, "Oh, that never worked for me," and then I actually laughed audibly, which I try not to do if it's not funny. So that means it was funny. But the commercial was uncomfortable because Ashton Kutcher kept singing.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. And I was like, wow, this is awful. Like, he's terrible at singing.
It was bad. I didn't like the commercial.
But it all built to the end, which I thought delivered.
The only one I want to see...
Oh, and the Amazon one was really good.
I'm going to have to look up the Will Ferrell one because apparently the country of Norway did a response.
Yeah, they did, and Ford did too.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good commercial. Okay. But the Amazon one, I did laugh at that one like several times. Her Alexa is an attractive actor.
Oh, sexy Alexa?
Yeah. So it was funny. It was good. It was Michael B. Jordan. Apollo.
Oh.
Where he was reading,
Yeah, it was. I thought it was funny.
They aired that before the Super Bowl.
I saw a couple.
It came out a few days before the Super Bowl.
I hadn't seen it until then.
I saw that commercial on Hulu. A week before the Super Bowl, and I was like, this is it was like a minute long. It was a really long commercial where Michael B. Jordan is reading very sexy recipes and all sorts of random shit.
Yeah.
And it's that woman in her office. Yeah.
We did have one correction. We don't file a lot of corrections. I was stumped by the remember the redeeming thing where if you could type the 800 characters or whatever. So I was talking about words per minute. Characters aren't words, so it makes it a little bit more feasible. I still think if you're just scrolling a bunch of random characters, because I understand, words, it's if you do 70 words a minute, average, it works out. But so thank you, Chuggalo Mikey, for correcting me on that. So anyway, Super Bowl picks. So JT is the only one that had the Bucks. So Cobra and I were on the Chiefs. So the line, The line was, I think kickoff was -3 for the Chiefs, so the Bucks covered obviously on that. So JT's up 2. 2 yards in, there was one touchdown, thank goodness, and it wasn't a run. It was that throw to Antonio Brown from a yard out right before halftime. And the coin flip, I got this right on my streak for the cash. I didn't get it right on the podcast. The coin flip was heads, which Cobra got right. So I
always call heads.
I went 0 for 4. On streak for the cash, it was 53% had picked tails because people like rhyming. Tails never fails. And
true, though. It fails.
The abomination of the national anthem was over. I think it was over.
Yeah, way over. It was like
1 minute 59.
It was like 2 minutes and like 20 seconds. It was so long.
I did watch the halftime show. Apparently, The Weeknd put in a couple million of his own dollars.
Yeah. $7 million of his own dollars.
Pocket.
Aesthetically, it was really a good show, but he looked bored. That was the problem, I think.
There was no energy. I was entertained by all the memes that came out of him in the microwave or in the grocery store aisles.
That was cool. I like that thing.
That's the only thing social. He's got some earworm songs.
Yeah.
It's not his voice, though. It's the background music for me. I like some of how it's sampled or whatever.
Currently in the world, he is the highest paid musician.
Wow.
So $7 million is really not a big deal to him. Because his music is streamed and sampled and used in so many other products, because he does have so many different, hooks and feel-good music.
His hooks are so good
that it's applicable to so many other industries.
Yeah,
it's non-controversial music, I think.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know what The Weeknd is.
It's like music.
Yeah, he's like a
just
living
nice,
music.
safe music.
Yeah, it's like I said, we watched it last night, the halftime show, and I was like, if it wasn't for his lyrics, this stuff is super pleasant because I just like listening. I listen to music before I listen to lyrics.
Couldn't probably tell you any of the lyrics.
I don't know a single song by this guy.
Yeah, the music is pleasant.
I think he's just got a great name because literally everyone loves The Weeknd.
Yeah,
that's a great point.
Purposely misspelled though, like Megadeth.
It is misspelled?
Yeah, it's weak ND.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's not END. It's like Megadeth. It's Megadeth
spelled out.
Oh, I don't like Weekend ND. I like The Weeknd.
Yeah, no END.
I like Weekend MD.
Yeah,
Dr. Week.
Dr. Week.
Dr. Week ND. Fantastic. So in the meantime, look at that segue.
Break it open.
Wow. Meantime beer. So I picked these yesterday. I've been sitting on these for a while. I picked these yesterday, and there's a theme because I just happened to put this one in the fridge because it was sitting in my cellar, and then the other one. So the theme is neither one of these beers are American.
Oh, that's
totally fine. Just by random.
International.
It doesn't happen often.
I
brought a Polish beer once, and you guys
Pivo.
lit it up.
Love Pivo.
Pivo. Pivo. There's a more that this company has developed more beer and selling it in America.
Great.
So look out for that.
So this is. I'm definitely looking out for that. That was a great beer.
Thanks.
May I have your glass, please? So this is Meantime Cranberry Stout. This is brewed out of Greenwich, London, England. What's important about Greenwich, geographer?
Oh, gosh, it's a great place where we center our time around.
Yeah. So
zero.
This is
zero time.
They don't have to worry about time adjustments. It's always them.
2 minutes off.
They're so selfish.
Off the prime meridian. This is 2 minutes
2
off.
minutes.
Because I had to look it up.
Yeah, no, that's a really fun fact.
So it is. You can find out more about Meantime at meantimebrewing.company. So it's not .uk or anything like that. So this is comes in a bomber. Again, a cranberry stout, and I didn't write down the ABV on this one, so I'm just best before sea shoulder. So I'm glad that it didn't tell me 6%.
6%.
So I'm just gonna go while these guys ingest their beer. It's closed right now. They're only taking walk-ups on Friday because, again, the UK is doing a much better job with social distancing.
Yeah,
and
most of them have died in the UK, I think.
And a lot of breweries have died, but they're taking walk-ups on Fridays.
All of the UK.
I thought you were talking people.
Yeah.
Most of the people. I thought...
Here's
how my brain processed what you said. I thought, what are you talking about? Oh, people? So most of the people who will die have died. That's what I thought you were trying to say. Like, from COVID, it's over there.
I watched this documentary on COVID from the UK. It's called 28 Days Later.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
That place is wrecked.
It's
man.
like a disaster. It's paper everywhere.
28 weeks later is going to come out too. And
that and Brexit, man, they really screwed up.
I'll be curious 28 weeks after this how things are going.
So here's a crushing stat for you guys. Everyone that is alive now will die at some time.
That's what the one thing other than birth that we all have in common.
So again, it's closed right now. They're only doing walk-ups on Fridays. But here's the crazy story about this, and this is kind of some getting into craft beer, and this could be a conversation and really a launching point as we ingest this beer. So the brewery started in 1999, so it's been around for a while. In 2015, the brewers decided to cash out, so they sold to a little known beer conglomerate called InBev. So, but then regulators
never heard of them.
Came through.
Warren G.
Yeah, regulators. I love that song. Came through in 2018 and said InBev is too big. So they've tried to do it in the U.S., but they can do it on a world stage a lot more. So they started getting rid of some of their properties. This is one of their properties that they got rid of, and this went to Asahi Brewing, which you're familiar with the Japanese Asahi. It's available any hibachi or Japanese restaurant you go to.
Delicious.
It's quite good. So the main brewers, the main thought pattern for everything, they stayed with the brewery, so it just has been sold a couple of times, and they're classically trained. The metamorphosis, or the individuals that do the beer and came up with all the recipes, were trained at the Weinstefener brewery in Germany. So it doesn't get much more classical than that. One of the 5 founding massive breweries in Germany. So that's
an endearing term.
Yeah, I say that.
Nerds is great.
Beer nerds. That's like cool, super cool.
It is cool.
So the fact that again, classically trained, they took their craft, did it by themselves for 16 years, then were sold to some of the biggest brewery conglomerates in the world. So now they're hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Again, taking walk-up orders in Greenwich.
Brush your teeth.
Brushing your teeth is important, and
especially in the UK,
and especially with their dental plans. But I bring this beer to you guys again. A Cranberry Stout coming in at 6%.
You want to break it down?
I'll break it down.
All right.
What is this? Is this a sour stout?
Oh yeah.
Is it a sour stout?
Same thought. I don't even think you can put this. I mean, they can because they're nerds. But me personally, in the stout category, I don't think so.
They tried to make a sour stout. Not, half pipe, tall grass, half pipe, sour IPA. Everyone's
benchmark.
Like, best beer ever. I mean, really close to best beer ever. Really created a new, segment of beer.
If it wasn't for 2 levies.
Right? If it wasn't for 2 levies.
Have you had that 2 levies, JT?
Oh, nope. I couldn't find it.
It's a good one.
Try.
Did you see it?
I think he's lying. Yeah. I think he's
Nicole,
he's probably...
Shuttle on Nicole if you see 2 levies, please.
I bet he's butt chugged that beer.
Probably. He's got so much of it.
So much of it.
That's why no one can find the beer, is because JT bought it all.
I bought it all.
He's like,
fuck
everyone.
From a butt chug.
This beer, a sour stout. This doesn't work.
Oh.
I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
You went a different direction than I thought you would.
Yeah.
The way he was grinning like Cheshire Cat?
No, this is not working for me. It's just not working for me. It's there's nothing wrong with it. Like, there's nothing off-putting about it other than the fact that, it's a circle and a square. And it just doesn't work in my brain. That's it. I do get cranberries, and I do get stout a little bit at the very end. There's like this tiny hint of coffee at the very end of the drink. And there's cranberries up front with sour notes. There's no carbonation to this whatsoever.
Nothing.
I mean, I don't know if it's actually flat or if that's the way it's meant to be. But there's no carbonation to it. I don't know. Cranberry coffee just doesn't work for me. This gets a 3.25.
How was the cork pop? Was there forceful? The feel of
weak.
It. Was there a forceful exit, or was it weak?
It didn't shoot off like champagne. I'm trying to see when it says the enjoy by. This came in that cellared stout box that I bought, or boxes.
There's nothing to it. There's nothing to this.
It's very light, very light. I think it needs to be declassified to a porter.
The first sip,
no,
not a porter. The first sip was great. I was like, wow, this is really good.
Yeah,
this is sour and stout. And the more I've had it, the more it's just becoming like this. It's like someone used a K-cup 3 times, and this is the third run of it.
Here you go. Here's some coffee.
We had something recently that had black in the title, like in the type of beer, not the title. Was it a black ale?
Yeah. It was.
Remember, we were like, wow, this is like a dark
ale.
That maybe it registers similarly, where it's like a dark sour, like you said. I mean, I'm backing up what you're saying.
Yeah, it's definitely this year. Just looking at it.
It was a few weeks ago. It was from Dark
Horse. Yeah, it was from Dark Horse submission, I believe. Yeah.
Either way, I know where you're going with that. Flavor-wise.
It just has it has a darkness to it that you could have called this something else, and it still would have had the same effect. It just registers differently, I think, in the brain. So you're good?
I'm good. Yeah, 3.25.
Can't wait for the can art.
I'll show the bottle on the video, but
great.
I mean, really slow, so they can take down all of the artwork.
You're taking all that artwork there. I mean, you might want to read what they're all about. So there you can see that, and then the front, and there's the neck. The neck label.
There's not much about them, so even going to like their wiki or going to their website again at meantimebrewing.com, there's not a lot about.
We haven't done a website review in a while. We used to really get real in depth about these websites, make fun of the people in the pictures. That was fun.
This one, there's nothing. So my last couple of them, they've been weaker websites.
So this is the Can Art Bonus segment brought to you by who? It's still Emily, right?
Sure.
Last week, what did I brought something last week? That was
because
Chuggalo and Nicole. Yeah, so Chuggalo and Nicole's still the sponsor.
Yeah.
So the label is there's a gear, a clock gear, with 2 hands that are pointing to what looks to be somewhere around 10:05, 10:10, somewhere around there, time-wise. I wonder if that has anything to do with the beer itself. That'd be a cool hidden feature of this, but probably not. Maybe something with the company. Anyway, so this bottle it has an elegance about it that you would probably associate more with a wine. And I would probably pass it by in the beer store. And it would be unfortunate because I do like this beer. It's... I don't know if you can... Well, I'll still with the can art. There's a shallow punt, which I was interested in. Up against the punch.
You fingered it.
It's there, but it's shallow. And it has that dark glass, which I'm not sure what the science is on dark glass, but I'm guessing prevents certain wavelengths of not getting through and spoiling your beer. But it is see-through, so the light's going to get in. And that's what ruins beer. That's what we've established this. Other than that, there's just a bunch of government warnings. I was not aware that so many breweries were struggling in England. I was not aware of that.
I mean, it's not a lockdown, but effectively, their freedom of travel plus
similar problems.
Plus a lot of their public, they use public transport a lot, and a lot of those lines are closed.
So harp on that. So when I looked for beer news for today, I did see that in the UK, the coronavirus has had the
mutation.
They have a mutation. They're mutants, but also. It equates to 87 million pints lost or not drank.
Wow.
Due to the coronavirus, just in the United Kingdom. So 87 million pints.
87.
So if you take 87 million pints out of any calendar year, that's obviously going to have an impact on brewers.
Alexa, how many pints in a mile? She's confused.
You got to get that Michael B. Jordan version. Yeah. Okay, so I don't seem to have internet connection here. That's okay. So that's the Can Art Bonus segment brought to you by Chuggalo and Nicole. I think it just has the elegance of a nerd brewed beer. They wanted it to be taken seriously. They want the people who buy it to know what they're doing, I think. And not just buy it based on can art.
Do you think they want us to drink the beer and discuss it quietly, or do you think they want us to have fun?
Great question. I don't know. Meantime.
I
In
feel
the meantime, grab this beer. I think they want us to drink it in between beers.
In between beers.
In the meantime, have this.
Yeah. While you're ordering
this beer. I have a beer. I had a beer. I just finished it. I'm about to have this other beer that I'm really looking forward to. But in the meantime, drink this cranberry stout.
You know what? There's always meantime. We're always in the meantime.
Yeah. You're always
That's good.
You're always on your way to something else.
Yeah, like
you know,
on the way to work, like in the meantime.
Yeah, you're just on your way to the next day. Yeah. You're just living life, and in the meantime, have this fucking beer.
Yeah,
drink it up, cranberry stout. I like it. I think that
marketing geniuses.
Yeah. Probably not. I've never been to England. I really, really want to go. Mm-hmm. I have been saying it to Katie a lot lately, so hopefully she picks up on it. We watch, you guys, I don't watch TV, but there's a show called Ghosts on Hulu or HBO. And anything. It's on anything. It's on your computer.
Like Patrick Swayze and Demi Moore?
It's similar but different. It's about a British couple who inherits a mansion, and and it's filled with ghosts. And the wife in the relationship, she almost dies. She comes near death, and then she sees the ghost. And it's a comedy. It's really funny, actually.
I've seen it. It's Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it's Beetlejuice.
Oh my god!
But a new version, and I think it's pretty good. I love to do a British accent for Katie every once in a while. Just have fun with it, and I want to go to England. But anyway, so that's one point. The second point.
Don't bury the lead. Do this British accent.
No, I can't do it here. It would be offensive probably.
When has that ever stopped you?
This is just my brain is just rolling with British. History in my head, not history as you know it, but I served with a British troop in Afghanistan.
Yeah,
and just so much fun stuff. Those guys are great, and they have it's a UK group, not just British. So there's a Scottish convoy commander. Man, that guy was funny. Mm-hmm. But I can't really give you any details, but.
Well, excellent. I'm glad you brought it up.
Convoy commander should be understood, and you can't understand a fucking word this guy's saying. At least I couldn't. Maybe they could. I don't know.
Was it like?
It's just
was it like Snatch?
It was
he trying to buy a car?
Yeah, it was like Snatch. It was like he had the voice. I don't know any of the scientific terms for like. The sounds of voices.
You realize you're on a podcast right now. This is great material.
Yeah. That's why I'm talking. He had the sound of the guy, the janitor from The Simpsons. Like the voice, I don't know, the sound, just the level of tone.
Willie?
Yeah, but he spoke like the guy from Snatch. Yeah, so it was like a combination of more of like a loud, older man who you couldn't understand a fucking word, and he talked fast as hell.
Yeah.
So Liam Neeson.
Oh, way less understood. Liam Neeson, I can understand everything he says. But this guy was awesome. Anyway, so there's that. Separately, I had another thought. But you mentioned the Prime Meridian, Greenwich. Does the Air Force give you status when you fly over certain geographic features?
No, are you going to go over the international date line in the Navy?
Well, that is the example I was going off of. Yeah. Because we got it. We get it. When you cross the international date line on a ship, you become
no one cares.
Shellback. No one cares. I know. Yeah. I was just wondering.
No, I didn't mean no one cares about that. I mean in the Air Force, no one cares about what time zones you're in and what you cross.
No. Yeah, not what time zone you're in, but like you're a pilot and you've worked your whole life to be there probably, or you worked at least to your 20s. To get there, You've done this thing. You've flown over the Prime Meridian or the Dateline. No,
it was
the equator or whatever.
We flew over the pyramids in
Egypt.
Cool.
Did they give you a status?
That's pretty neat.
You put that in your. Is that a bullet? Like you're now
it's just like, hey, everyone who can
person.
Get to a window, you might want to look out the window because you can see the pyramids.
That's super cool.
When you're flying to Heka or something, Heka or Hega. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
I wish I did.
Stuff like that's neat, but it's more like a gee whiz.
Yeah, I mean that's really what like the statuses they give. They make a big deal about it in the Navy, but when you reflect on it, it's just a thing.
There's more of this.
I've had 2 glasses.
Yeah, I've had 2 glasses.
I've had a glass and a half. I'm good.
Drink from the bottle.
So that was my question. Anyway, so the beer. I think this is a good combination. A certain Chuggalo has gifted my wife cookies for her birthday. And inside those cookies was a cranberry cookie of some sort. And it was awesome. It was really, really good. And this kind of reminds me of that. I think this beer accomplishes what milk sugar wishes it could accomplish. It has a sweetness, and it adds a sweetness to the beer, especially a dark beer like a stout, that otherwise is just bitterness, like in an IPA or some of these lactose-filled beers we've had.
IBUs.
Well, yeah, IBUs. I think it's just a different bitterness. It's that lactose bitterness that's just like, what is this like weird thick taste? This doesn't have that. This accomplishes that sweet addition to a stout that you don't normally get. Even with like a peanut butter stout, you just get the nutty and the stout. And the chocolate, you just get the cacao and the stout. With this, you get sweetness, and I like it. Cacao. I think this beer is really good. I think if it was in my top graded beers, it would have just a little bit more cranberry. Really, really poke out. But it's a 4.5. Like it, love it.
Wow.
Would drink it again. And it's light. It tastes
again.
light.
Drink it.
All right, I'll drink it again.
Drink it again.
Bottoms up.
It tastes light.
Punt up on you.
You could drink. It's only 6%. You could drink several of these. I don't know about the whole bottle, but you could drink many glasses of them.
You could drink 7 of these.
I could drink 7 of those, but I'm an experienced drinker. 126 weeks of this. We've been doing this. I'm experienced now. About 10,000 hours. Mm-hmm. I'm an expert.
I don't.
That's where it's at.
That's wrong.
I want to lead off mine with, I'm not going to talk about anyone that I know from the area because I don't want you, the Chuggalo, to have the disappointment that I just had to suffer from not even one attempt at an impression of these individuals that JT served with.
I don't feel like it would be...
I think it would be comedy gold.
A rewarding experience.
Off the top rope, I think this is a stout just on the name of the bottle only. There is no, like, a little bit on the back end.
Just a
tinge. This is more of a fruit beer. It just happens to have a sour aspect because the cranberries carry it to that. Mm-hmm. I stole that, from being on Untapped. There's no stout aspect. There's no body to it, and stouts have, maybe like now that I'm talking a little bit more and aerating my palate a little bit, maybe I get a little bit of a coffee or a burnt malt or something. There's no stout to it. That doesn't take away from it. I love cranberries. It's my favorite thing. Cranberry juice, 100% cranberry juice is one of my favorite things to drink in the entire world. Off the top rope, 4.0. I just wish that there was more stout to it. And that's weird because I love sours and I love cranberries. I just, I look at stout and I was like, oh, this is going to be a great blend of two things that I'm growing into. One, I love cranberries, and then coming into the stouts. So, excited to see that this is the way they took it. But disappointed that it wasn't more of like a full-bodied. And again, I didn't know till I was creating great audio. I thought it would be a much more significant beer than a 6%. So I wish it would have been like an 8, 9. I wish it would have been more.
Yeah, something.
More body to it because it tastes thin. If I didn't drink this with my eyes, there was no way that I would have ever guessed that as a stout.
The viscosity of this is extremely low.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got that lightness to it, the airiness.
Yeah, that's why when you said porter, it was just about as good as your Irish accent you did, or your British accent that you did.
Why? I don't get it. Porters, tend to come in a little like lighter than a stout.
Okay.
All right, so this is going to be a complete departure. So this is giving something for a JT to talk about. This is giving something for Cobra to talk about. Specifically, there's one word on the can that I got from him. I didn't even know. So when, again, choosing these and what am I going to do? And then it just happened that this beer doesn't come from the U.S. also. I thought we had done Flying Monkey before.
Yeah, me too. We haven't?
We have not. We've done Flying Dog.
Macaroni. There's so much going on in this can.
So, and the word that I picked out for you, Cobra, is on there multiple times. It's not just once. So, anyways, this is Flying Monkey. The mutants are revolting. I happen to buy this one myself from Halls. You can find out more about them from flyingmonkeys.ca, which is Canada. So this is from Ontario. It's from Barrie, Ontario, which is a suburb of Toronto.
Ontario is great.
Yeah. Just so right over the border.
Yeah, I've been there. It's great.
It's right on the lake. So
beautiful country.
It's great, eh? There's my accent.
You go to their website. Their website pops, and I will leave a lot of that for
pops and locks.
When JT talks about the can art, because you'll see the theme if you go to their website again, flyingmonkeys.ca. But some of the taglines are radical beers and creative ales. Let's go with the crack, so you guys.
Yeah, let's do that.
Geez, I haven't even dug in. Oh, this is an easy one.
It's pre-one. 3, 2, 1. Oh, perfect.
Wow.
That was great.
Oh, holy macaroni.
Prepared.
Wow, JT, I just right on
I saw it.
Dude.
I saw it.
I was not.
I'm so sorry.
It happens. Here, let me get you guys some. You got paper towels down here?
Oh, yeah, right here. Right behind me.
Right behind you. You get them.
So sorry about that. Technical difficulties. I didn't shake it. I guess it just... So...
It was ready to go.
It was stirred.
It's just ready to go. So this brewery, and that's why we have technical difficulties. This brewery is very IPA heavy. So I would say the 10 beers I looked at, 7 of them were IPAs. Either Session IPA, New England IPA, WIPA. I think they had one WIPA. This one comes in at a 4.5. I'm not going to go further description on that because I don't want to ruin somebody else's time. But so here was the hop profile on this one, as this is
finally a burp.
Sorry, Stacy, it's trickling down through my crotch right now. So it's hopped twice. So it's wet hopped with Cascade, Idaho 7, and Sabro Saz, which is a region in Germany. And then it's dry hopped to finish with Sabo, Idaho 7, and Yukonot, which we've had before a couple of times on the podcast.
Is that how it's pronounced, or is that spelled wrong? I don't know that I've seen it.
Yukonot?
Is it EU usually? This one's EKU.
EKUA.
Equino?
Yeah, Yukonot.
Yeah, Yukonot. Okay.
Equinaut.
Equinox.
I would say Equinaut in this case.
Damn.
All right.
Would you say Equinaut?
I would prefer it. I like the word.
Let's say that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start using that in a
Equinox.
variety of ways.
Equinox does sound like a cool ingredient.
Oh, I feel like I pissed myself, which is unfortunate.
I want it to be a career. Like, I'm an
Equinox. Yeah, you're an Equinox.
Actually.
What does an Equinox do? I think it's someone who explores space on a horse.
And they're looking around in space for equality.
Yeah.
Equinaut. Yeah.
Equestrian astronaut equality.
Looking for equality.
Yep.
Man.
Perfect.
Holy shit, that's
a perfect hop for this beer.
Finally, I know what my dream job is.
So, comes in a 16-ounce can, 4.5%. And Cobra, I think you should go first.
Okay. Well, it got our attention by exploding everywhere. Mm-hmm. Matt's been alluding to this word, crushable.
Crushable is ding, 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 ding.
It says it right there underneath the lip of the beer, crushable IPA.
That's Cobra's word.
It is my word. I love that word because it's such a great word to describe beer because you can relate to it immediately. If someone throws you a beer and you've never had it and they say, "Don't worry, dude, it's crushable," you're going to be amped to drink that beer.
It's very clear what that beer is.
Yeah, you know what to expect, and you're probably excited to crush a beer.
I can't wait to throw somebody 120 minute and go, this is crushable.
Hey, check this out, man.
Check this out.
You're going to crush this. Watch, I can crush this.
Then you're going to crush that coffee table that's in front of you.
Yeah.
Chris Farley style.
Now, for the beer itself, 4.5%, that's really low for an IPA. Mm-hmm. But that's good. That trends well for the crushable aspect of it. Because if you're going to crush a 16-ounce IPA, you probably want it to be a 4.5. Because if you're crushing like 9s, then you're not going to crush too many of them.
No.
So that's a good thing. It tastes great. It has kind of a tropical sense to it, but it's not overdone. Mm-hmm. I don't want to use the word juicy because it's not juicy, but it is very flavorful in that tropical sense. I think it's really well balanced. The can art itself is just amazing. There's so much going on. That's going to be like a 3-hour long segment.
Oh, yeah, sorry, guys.
JT spent 15 minutes talking about nothing out of bottle. Yeah. Can you imagine with this busy
some
can?
Of those were just my thoughts from what you'd said about the brewer. But yeah, this can. Yeah, tune in next week for the full episode of this can art.
126.5, the can art segment.
The beer itself, like I said, it's great. It's tropical. It's fruity. It's not overdone in anything. It is crushable. I do agree with it because you can really take. I love a beer that you can take big, huge gulps of. Mm-hmm. There's some beers that you just cannot do that with. You have to sip them. If you try to take a huge gulp of 120 minute, then you would not be rewarded favorably.
Your friends would be rewarded.
Yeah. But you would have a hard time. You'd struggle with that, right? This beer, you can absolutely take huge, giant gulps of. I love that it's out of Ontario. I've been watching a lot of YouTube out of Ontario recently. So a huge fan of Ontario. Love the beer.
Mm-hmm. I forgot to run down the other location. So it's 107 Dunlap Street, Barrie, Ontario, Canada, Earth, Milky Way, the Universe, Infinity.
Perfect.
Love it.
That is
right
great.
You really know where they're at.
Yeah. Well, once you get to Infinity.
If you're floating around Infinity and you're like, where the fuck is this brewery? You just, go to the Universe.
There's only one person that goes past that, and that's Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. I mean,
sorry, Stacy.
Yeah, he said as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he could miss this brewer. He could
right.
He went
but
beyond.
He's the only one.
He went beyond. Yeah. So I mean, they didn't really make this beer for him to find.
Yeah.
Because
too much to cover.
So I'm excited, Cobra. I'm gonna write down because I have a guess for you.
You have a guess
for yours?
Oh,
I already wrote it down because I'm excited.
So you're holding the score on him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I tell you the score right now?
Well, I mean, sorry, I interrupted your segment.
No. I was right at the score.
Yeah.
I was ready.
I'm glad I wrote it down then.
Okay. I give it a 4.5.
Damn it.
What?
I gave it a 4.75 for you.
4.75.
Yeah.
Close.
That's fine.
Close.
I'm good.
I'm not quite there because I think there's a few things that could get it to a 4.75 or a 5.
Yep.
Crushable is fine. 4.5 is fine. I think leave those things there. I think just a notch or two more on the flavor of the tropicalness.
Better higher points.
Yep. And then maybe just a little bit more IBUs. So both of those, raise those up a little bit, and you've got yourself. I'm dancing around a 5 for sure. Just give me a little bit more bitterness. Give me that hoppiness, that bite of an IPA, and you would be right there.
You would be. All right. Well,
hit us with that. Hit us with that British accent now.
Yeah. I'm going to. I've been thinking about it, and
I know you're gonna get it.
So I'm showing the can to the. If you are YouTube, if you're a Podbean listener and you want to see the can, I'm spinning it slowly for the YouTube crowd. I've been thinking about this British accent. I definitely can't do the Scottish accent because I just can't think of it. And every time I get put on the spot about an accent, all I can think about is Australian.
You can do accents at your
house.
At your house when you walk around and you're with Katie and whatever.
Oh yeah, I do it all the time.
You just
boom,
rip.
I'm just like.
But now on the spot on the pod, you're like.
I'm trying to think. I'm going to do it and it's going to be Australian. Like, no doubt about it, it's going to be Australian. And it's going to suck. And you guys are going to be like, shit, that's Australian, dude.
I'm the same way.
It's being put on the spot with these accents,
I'm amazing at my house.
Oh, so good. I have the best accent at my house.
I
can do Canadian. I could do British. I can't do Scottish. I've never even tried.
I've got jokes with really good timing.
Oh yeah, I know. They're all great.
Just everything.
And when you get out in public,
outside of the house, I'm an awkward weirdo.
It happens. Oh yeah. Let's see. Train of thought. Where was that at? This can's got a lot going on.
Silence is great on podcasts.
Yeah. Okay. Where do I start with this fucking thing? Holy moly. All right. The one theme that I read all of the text on the can, so I missed a lot with what Chris was saying, so I don't know that I'll be able to do your typical business jargon and piggyback on anything he says because I missed a lot of it. But mutate's the theme of most of the text. They talk about mutation. I'm not exactly sure if there's some mutation happening, like in the brewing process? Are they doing something with the hops? I don't know, because after they list the hops, Equinaut, Idaho 7, Cascade, Sabro, they say this mutant is unfiltered. So the beer's the mutant. I'm not sure, because then elsewhere they say mutations of the IPA strain survive with purpose. So I don't know if this is just like their mutation of an IPA, and they're just generally speaking, I'm trying to throw in that accent somewhere, but I just can't get it. I just can't get it.
Can't do it.
Like mutations it's just Australian. It's always Australian. It's always Australian. I can't do it.
That was British all the way.
That was Australian.
No way.
Because the next word that was going to come out of my mouth was mate. No doubt about it. Mutations, mate. It's totally Australian. It's 100%.
I heard Gordon Ramsay. He was just about to talk
Gordon
about
Ramsay.
That's what we're watching right now is Kitchen Night.
I have to give you credit, Matt. I avoided MasterChef Junior for many years. I love MasterChef.
So good.
Love MasterChef.
So good.
And then Andrew and I were watching TV together, and he's like, watching the same shit he always watches, YouTube and some cartoons with a lot of screaming and colors. And I'm like, all right, let's tone this down. Let's try this MasterChef Junior. See if you like it.
So good.
Oh my God, we binge watched.
It's so good.
I mean, I didn't because I don't watch TV, but he binge watched the whole season, and it was insane. It's so good. These kids are insanely talented. Yeah. I can't believe how much they know about cooking.
One of the first two seasons, that taller kid, he was 13, shaggy hair, whatever. That kid.
Oh yeah, the first season. That's the one we watched.
He destroyed everyone. I mean, he shouldn't have lost the competition.
The things that kid knew. I don't know half the shit. He's cooking seafood and really complicated things. Speaking of seafood,
spoiler alert. By the way, if you haven't seen MasterChef, it's been out for a decade.
Yeah, it's been around for a long time. Speaking of seafood, there is an octopus theme on this can.
No
tentacles, but the heads are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So octopi. They have one tooth, right? Is that a thing? Is that
it's
a fact?
Beak.
It's a beak. A beak. They have
like
a beak.
A bird.
Okay. Yeah. That's right. That's what I was thinking of. It's a beak. So these have teeth on the can, which leads me to believe these are probably alien octopi.
No,
mutants.
Like a kraken or
what's kraken?
The
they
Odyssey,
have the bigger heads.
Where the mouth is. Think of an inverted octopus, and this is the visual where the octopus is upside down,
and you see the
Odyssey. What Homer tries to transition, not the Kraken. Anyways, he'll come to me. I'm the fantasy nerd. So, but anyways, that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't remember the Odyssey. Yeah, big book, lots of pages. Homer,
sirens,
Homer Simpson.
The sirens they encounter afterwards.
So there are some other things on here, like a hop-shaped or hop-themed alien with one eye, Cyclops with vampire teeth, and he's drooling. There's flies that are also hops. Their faces are pretty good. I like the faces here. There's a snail, a two-headed snail with a hop shell.
It's very Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it's got a Rick and Morty vibe, like if Rick and Morty only drew hops. There's a snake that has leaves growing out of it, or maybe spikes, but they look like leaves, let's be honest here. And there's vines coming down from... So the two tentacles that drape, I guess, border the top and the bottom, you can't trace those to any being on the can.
Yeah.
In the top one, there's some vines coming down, purple and green vines.
Man, I love this.
There's so much going on in this can.
I like all the writings on it.
The writing, yeah, there's a lot of writing, and they're very, what's the right word? I don't know.
They're like Instagram phrases.
Yeah.
I'll read one.
Yeah, read one.
I love this.
Let's do a reading session.
I like this one. Don't get too smug. Mm-hmm. We are just the temporary winners in the lottery of creation. Mm-hmm. I love that.
I love that too. That's great. That's a great thing to put on one of those motivational posters. Temporary, yeah.
Yeah, you're just a temporary winner. Then you're back to being a fucking loser.
Someone else will win.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Expectations were made to change.
Charybdis.
Yeah,
it was Scylla and Charybdis, but Charybdis was the water monster.
Dirty water monsters. Man.
I believe you. So back to the... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, you just showed me a variety of... Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Go ahead. Do you want me to go ahead?
Go ahead if you got something. Ahead. Yeah, if you got something, go ahead.
I lost it.
Okay. Well, there's a... this is a 3-headed octopus. It's one octopus. And it's 3-headed. One of them has no teeth and is displaying 4.5% alcohol by volume. One of them has many teeth and is holding a sign. Well, I guess the creature itself is one thing, and there's 3 heads. I'm not sure which brain the arm that's holding the beer sign is connected to, because I'm sure the brain sends the signal to the tentacle. I'm not sure which of those brains is working this, but someone's holding up a beer sign. And beer, I'm guessing B-I-E-R with an E at the end, with an accent on the middle E, is French.
It's Canadian.
Canadian?
Yeah.
It's Canadian.
Beer,
eh?
That's how Canadians say
Hockey.
it. That's our Canadian accent. Beer.
There is another alien with one tentacle with a thought bubble that says brewed in Canada.
There's a lot going on.
With a maple leaf. Yeah, there's a ton. So we don't need to talk about it all. But they're kind of projecting. Oh, I forgot to say, this is the Can Art Boner segment, by the way, if you didn't know. Transition. This is a segment.
It's neat.
Where we talk about beer art, can art. Jeez.
Can art.
Bart. Can art. The art of a can.
The art on the can of a can of beer.
Mm-hmm.
That might take off.
This is sponsored by Chuggles on the Call. I don't know why it's not a thing. It should be. But they have they're kind of projecting this 2 themes. One, mutation, which I'm not again sure if that is involved in the brewing process, and then chaos. Chaos is kind of the thing. Chaos breeds opportunity.
Mm-hmm. Are you pro or anti-mutation?
Pro or anti-mutation? Well, it's a fine line between the good and bad. I'm undecided.
Great,
I'm undecided.
Great non-answer.
Are you running for office there, JT?
I mean, how do you know? How do you know you're a pro? What's an attribute?
Well,
of someone who's pro mutation?
I once met a mutant named Anna, and she brought me her things.
She brought me her things.
Well, I'm just trying to think of like how more politician-y you could sound about like your.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I found this person, backwoods, some state. And they had just a heartwarming story for me. Yeah. It was about mutations. And that's why we have to pass more policies about mutations,
Mutations,
guys.
Yeah.
Come on, let's fucking get these mutations under control.
More. Oh, no,
and the only way to do it is more. Look, we need at least...
We need more mutations.
10,000-page bill.
We need more and less.
Yeah. Well, it's true. We do. We need a little bit of both. It's true.
That's fact.
We need more in the less.
There's no doubt about it that in some cases we need more, and in some cases we need less. Yeah. And either way, we need it.
And if you read about it, it's fake news.
If it's printed text, it's probably fake.
All right,
that's
good.
Who reads?
That's a good capture. That's a good capture.
Yeah, we got it.
Definitely came from
cut.
Beer and on.
All right. So I think that's good. I think that's probably good.
King of the transition, JT. The T stands for transition.
Yeah, that's true. The Can Art Boner segment is over. It's certainly
until 126.5.
Yeah, we'll release a full episode on this. I just was not aware that Flying Monkey was out of Canada, so I'm pleased to know that I'm drinking international beer because Flying Monkey is readily available in Ohio, so that's good. I like international beers.
Because the actual distributor or the importer of it is actually in Ohio.
Yeah, because we border Canada.
Look at you.
Via lake.
Via proxy of a lake, yeah. Yeah. I love Ontario as well. Been there. Loved it. Been to both sides of the Niagara Falls and also loved it. Each side has their own, key draw.
Mm. I always heard the pancakes.
Canada side has the picturesque fall.
The fall.
Where it's curved and it's great. But the New York side has some high acclaimed qualities claimed by me.
Say those acclaimed qualities or qualities in a British accent.
All right, let me think. Let me see if I can do it. boy. Can somebody give me an example of a British accent? Because all I'm thinking about is Australian.
Gordon Ramsay.
I can't get it out of my head. Gordon Ramsay. Oh, this is shit. Oh, hell.
Just cuss a lot.
Right. Like, bloody hell. This Niagara Falls is...
What are you afraid
I went
of
during the frozen times.
There you go.
There you go.
In February.
Yeah.
Do they say February?
What do you get on the ship? What do you get? What's that disease you get on a ship?
Oh, scurvy.
Oh.
But that's more of like a pirate thing. Like scurvy.
British.
You know.
British.
Like the guy from SpongeBob.
Scurvy.
You did well.
Thanks.
Your transition on the fly was actually really good.
Thanks.
J transition.
J-Trans, for short.
Yeah, J-Trans.
Fine with that. So they a lot of the text on here does allude to sipping this beer.
Sipping
which is weird because it's contradictory to the crushable nature that they claim, and then it says like with every sip this happens, or this sip
you don't sip crush.
This thing.
You can't sip crush.
You can't crush a sip. This is crushable. 4.5. It's gonna be that way because it's gonna be a lighter, easier to go down beer. I guess smoother. It's not smooth though. It's pretty well carbonated.
It's very well carbonated.
4 hops and the whole unfiltered thing. I mean, they mix them together great. The one thing I was gonna Google was this. They say creamy musk markers. So I don't get a creaminess, but the aftertaste of this beer does have what I associate with a cream ale aftertaste.
Musk markers?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Do you know? I was going to Google it. Are you?
Oh, you get them on Etsy. I huff them.
I purposely don't read cans.
Well, no, I mean, do you know what a musk marker is?
Yeah.
You get them on Etsy. It's a marker that smells musky, and you can huff them.
So animals, when they claim their territory, they leave
musk.
It's different from urine. It's just a really concentrated musk, and then that's their territory.
That's their territory until another animal comes by
and musks it up. Yeah, like a musk ox.
And then they fight.
Yeah, brutal.
I love it.
Animal Planet.
God, awesome.
If you watch TV, you're missing out a lot because you don't watch TV. But
yeah,
never watch TV.
I mean, I don't. Well, I don't have like cable.
Yeah.
So I don't have an Animal Planet.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I'm not subscribing.
I don't know why Chuglo Nicole is trying to come to you for advice on streaming football games when you don't watch TV. I almost put that in there.
Yeah, I forgot that she put that on Facebook. I again haven't checked Facebook in quite a while. But yeah, she's looking because I have Red Zone on my phone. That's the only reason I think.
Excellent.
It's
cool.
Dumb. It's dumb. We could talk about it another time.
Excellent. No, that's fine.
It's a really stupid idea that they had, but
talk about the art.
Like an idiot. No, the art's done. So again, I do get a creamy aftertaste, but not creamy in the feel of the beer, but more like a cream ale. Like it has that aftertaste. Hops are good. Beer's crushable. Really should have put more thought into my score while I was doing all that talking.
You need more thought?
No. Oh. I need to. I'm bouncing between like a 3-score range here.
3 scores.
Like 0.25.
So the way he's been talking, he might do the old JT.
I might do the old JT.
1.75.
No, I thought he was gonna like add up like 3, like he's gonna get like a 12.
Yeah. Oh. I'm not gonna score the next.
Someday
few weeks.
we'll have a 12 beer. This isn't gonna be it. But it's up there. I'm at 4.5 as well. That's what you gave it, right?
That is what I gave it.
I can't even remember. I've been talking for so long. 4.5.
No, yeah, there you go.
Yes, I got it. Oh, it's a 4.5. A bloody 4.5.
Yeah, there you see.
Mix it with some.
Please, sir, may I have some more?
You know Gordon Ramsay's signature dish? You know it because you've seen the show.
Beef Wellington.
Yeah, I've never had that. Have you ever had that? You guys?
Never.
Yeah, I've made it.
Is it
not
like
like
Gordon Ramsay,
no.
but like, is it worth the effort?
Yes.
Oh man, I haven't had this.
I mean, if you cook a whole tenderloin. Oh god,
but it's like breaded and like something's around it, right?
Pastry.
Yeah,
Pastry.
and then it's painted.
Buttery.
Yeah, painted.
It sounds amazing.
It's butter. It's just butter.
Fine.
But
I mean, that's really all that. But like if
you want to go for like his second, go shepherd's pie.
Yeah. I love shepherd's pie, but what's peeking out? What makes a shepherd's pie better than the next? It's usually like salt or butter, right? or tomatoes.
Have you seen? No. Have you seen his actual recipe for?
What I haven't seen
for his mashed potatoes that he uses on his shepherd's pie. 60%, 40%.
Yeah.
What do you think? What is what?
I mean, what's in mashed potatoes other than potatoes and milk? I guess
butter.
Oh, okay.
What do you think? What is what?
Yeah. What do you cream it?
What do you think?
I mean, based on the way you're asking me, 60% butter.
Close. You're wrong.
Okay. 40% butter.
40%.
Well, I mean, it seemed like I would have guessed that originally, but you asked me in a way that was like, you're going to be surprised.
I was leading you on.
Yeah,
I was leading the way.
You did a good job. You did a good job.
But seriously, 40% butter.
That's a lot of butter.
That's a lot of butter.
My favorite.
No wonder it's good.
My favorite mashed potatoes. So just from the dairy aspect is like a Havarti dill. So a creamy like potato, but then also gives it like some depth and some body to it. So it's.
Have you ever had that Irish butter?
Yeah. So
Kerrygold, baby.
Yeah.
Kerrygold stuff.
So it's great to put in your coffee, by the way.
Coffee.
Coffee
butter.
Like bulletproof coffee.
Bullet coffee.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
No, I never get into it. I don't want to.
Just more body. So, anyways, I'm going to give my thoughts on this beer. It's going to be...
it's too late. We got to go.
All right. Please give your thoughts. I mean, sometimes you go quick because you think we have to, but there's no rule.
It's going to be
longer than JT's.
Yeah, please make it longer.
So I'll kick my coverage on this one.
Gotta text my kids and let them know.
So off the top rope, this beer is delightful. I forgot some of so maybe my train of thought also left. But the beauty with this beer is I'm not put off by the crushable. It matches 100%.
Why would you be put off by that?
Because if it wasn't, so like if it was gotcha. It came in like
false advertisement.
Yeah, like a 120 minute.
Yeah, you can sue for that.
Yeah. So the fact that it comes in at a 4.5 just really helps that. This is definitely I would say more of a West Coast than a hazier IPA. At least just what I get from it, but I could be completely wrong on that.
They say that on the can.
Oh, so I could. So
you're right.
Again, I'm more of a WIPA than
they say West Coast right on
a hazy guy. What I appreciate with this, and when I checked into it, it's technically classified as a session, so that keeps it lower.
Okay. I was gonna ask if it was sessioned.
It meets that threshold. I like it, and just to steal from Cobra for a second, the only thing that would bring this beer to a 5 is if the higher points were higher. So like it had more of an exclamation point delivered on the hot bite.
The IBUs, it needs the IBUs.
Yeah, this comes in at an extremely assertive 4.75. I'm
so close.
Super happy with this beer. I bought it a while ago, so I don't know if I can pick up more of it. But this is...
but when you see it, you're going to get excited.
Oh, 100%. The beauty with like what I've been drinking lately with like Lighthearted, Bell's Lighthearted or whatever, like you call it a one-note IPA, and that's something like crushable. It resonates with me. It's a one-note IPA. This is a multiple-note IPA, but I don't think that it's going to have the beautiful calorie count that the Lighthearted or
Oh yeah.
Sure.
This is going to be a little heavier, but it drinks so well. Like I don't feel too full or
The fact that we've never done Flying Monkeys, I'm so excited now for more Flying Monkeys.
Yeah, and if you go to, like I said, 7 out of 10 of their beers I looked at were all IPAs.
Oh, wow.
Or 7 out of 10 were IPAs, not all IPAs, but you know what I'm saying. So they're very like hop forward. They're very exploratory in the hop realm, and the fact that they both dry and wet hop this beer with multiple. So they're experimenting definitely with the balances. So off the top rope, 4.75. This is delightful. This is fantastic.
It's a beer that you would expect, like taste wise and experimentally wise, out of Branch and Bone.
That's high praise.
I'm serious. Yeah. Like the way
what is high praise?
When you experiment with dry and wet hops, and you put in 4 different hops, and then you put it into a crushable session, that's really pushing a lot of different boundaries that a lot of people don't push, nor would they even care to.
Because you can't hide it behind the booze.
Right.
There's no booze.
There's nothing you can hide behind. When you make all these claims and then you can live up to it, then that's a Branch and Bone bar.
Interesting point. I wonder if they are the Branch and Bone of Ontario.
They are now.
Yeah.
These breweries couldn't be more different in their delivery.
Right.
Well, yeah, can and
these guys are like, let's party. Like, we made this beer, we worked hard on it, but fuck it, let's fucking party. And these guys are like, we worked hard on this, and you know it.
And we're going to still wear a suit.
Yeah.
And go suit shopping.
Exactly.
In the meantime.
Yeah, we're going to suit shop in our suits.
That's what they do in the UK. They just buy suits.
They do?
Yep. Love suit shopping.
Man, well, I don't want to go there anymore. Do I have to suit shop if I
Have you ever?
Yeah.
Haven't you ever seen the? Help me out. There's a sequel.
A sequel? Oh, to the movie you're talking about?
Yeah.
No.
The Gentleman's Club.
Rush Hour 2.
No.
Rush Hour 3.
With Die Hard.
The British.
With a Vengeance.
With the Vengeance.
No, with the
Home Alone.
The kids.
Who's British? Let's think of a British person.
You're talking.
Ralph Fiennes.
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant. You're talking about
Hugh
The
Jackman.
Expendables.
Nope.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hugh Grant. The Hugh Jackman and Hugh Grant team up for a
League.
special movie.
I'm thinking of the
directed by
League of
Christopher Nolan
Extraordinary
called
Gentlemen, but it doesn't
Hugh.
fit in this one.
The Hughes Brothers.
The Hughes Brothers.
Oh.
Twins.
Ralph Fiennes.
Twins, yes, starring Hugh Jackman and Hugh
Well,
Grant.
their Triplets is still coming out. It's in COVID hell right now.
I love Danny DeVito.
You know who
I'm
the Triplet's going to be,
kind
right?
of burned out on the other guy.
You know who the Triplet's going to be, right?
Schwarzenegger.
No.
Well, yeah, he's a twin. The triplet is going to be Stallone.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh, I could do that.
Oh.
I'm so excited for Coming to America too.
I didn't see the.
Are you talking about the British movie?
Yeah, you're talking about the British one.
That's The Secret Agents.
James.
Yeah.
But they're kids.
The one's the kid and the one's Ralph Fiennes.
Cody Banks.
Yeah, not Cody Banks.
No, different one. There's different kid spies.
They're sharply dressed and he has an umbrella.
Yep.
It's not Ralph Fiennes.
The one with
Ralph Fiennes.
It's not Ralph Fiennes.
No. Inspector Gadget. Umbrella.
It's not that either.
All right.
With
that's gonna frustrate me.
Yeah, that's why it's frustrating me because I enjoy both of those movies.
So there's a sequel, James Bond.
I actually like the movies.
It is.
The very first movie had Samuel Jackson.
Dude, it is Ralph Fiennes.
That's the name of the movie?
That's his
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not his.
Is it
his mentor?
You just Googled Ralph Fiennes. You didn't look up the movie.
No. But you said it's not Ralph Fiennes. I'm not saying the movie. I'm not saying
The
Kingsman.
The Kingsman. I was gonna say that. I was actually. I was just thinking it, but I don't know who this guy is.
Ralph Fiennes is not in the Kingsman.
The Kingsman is that young.
He's the mentor in both of them.
He is not the mentor in both of them. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Upcoming movies. The Kingsmen, like.
They're making another one?
That's an upcoming.
But
he's not in the first two.
The second one sucked. But the first one was
We're going to
great.
fight over this. There's like a physical altercation's about to happen.
All right, well, Matt and Chris fight. I really don't have anything planned, but The Kingsman was good. It's a good movie. The first one. I like the first one. You know, it was a little crazy when they're all in the mountain. But,
I'm busy in Google.
That
You
shooting
gotta carry
scene.
this.
No, I'm not asking you guys any questions. You guys just do your thing.
You carry it. Just
talk I'm doing my best. You know what? That church scene in that super, I don't know what you'd call it. You know, racist, sexist church that they're in. Oh, fantastic!
When they fight,
Freebird, right?
Freebird is
song
awesome.
That's playing, and just so much action, so much going on. They do the camera tricks where certain things are moving faster, certain things are moving slower.
I think I have to concede because I'm going through like his top 10 movies.
Still frame.
It's not one of them.
I love it. It's a great movie. And this is a beer podcast. So, do they drink beer in that? No, I don't believe so. Maybe there's beer in the pubs where the kid, the main character, is upset with his stepdad.
Firth.
Colin Firth.
There you go.
That's Colin Firth. Yep. 100%.
Well done.
Yes.
It's not often I get beat on movies.
The King
or trivia.
And I.
So that
what's the Colin Firth?
Colin Firth was in the King and I.
Yeah, he was in that, but he also was in something else.
Love Actually.
King something. He won an Academy Award, which I don't follow.
The King's Speech.
The King's Speech. That's right. Yeah.
Look at all this trivia that I know.
Really good at this.
It's like all
right.
It's like I'm really good at trivia, man.
You're dominating in trivia.
What he won an Academy Award for? I don't know any other Academy Award winning actors.
The King's Speech.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leo just won.
Yeah. Did you see that movie?
Wait, which one?
It was all right. The Revenant.
Oh, Revenant.
Yeah, that's what he won for. But he could have won.
Did he win one?
He won for the Revenant. Oh. But he could have won
because
for
that became the
movies.
meme because he had been turned over so many times.
God,
like
his movies are so
sitting
good.
there getting his name engraved.
Good.
Yeah.
That was good.
That was great. That was a great segment. That segment, it's a new segment we're doing on the podcast. We thought we'd try it in pre-production. Mm-hmm. It's called Matt and Chris Look Up Movies while JT just stalls for a while. It's a new segment. We'll do it next week, too.
Oh, we're going to do it many weeks. Mm-hmm. That was really good.
Yeah.
Home run.
Home run segment. I think, we'll have to look at the reviews, but I think it's going to go over well.
Mm-hmm. I've got a suggestion. Boner Champ.
Champ.
Just go through, because we're of a certain age, just go through, like, who would have been a boner champ in like 1996, and then like just
who would have been a boner champ? What
boner
constitutes
champ?
A boner champ?
Well, we can make
is
the
it
rules
the
for
guy
it.
who gets a boner, or is it a girl who causes a boner?
I like the tease, but this is a part of the etymology and the growth of that segment. What constitutes? Is it the person, or is
this is pre-production happening?
No,
way pre.
Yeah.
Super pre.
Like so pre. It's the previous week.
Pre.
All right, Boner Champ 96 coming to next week's episode.
Ba-bam.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Love it.
Well, that's all.
That's a good one. That's a wrap.
That's a bloody episode for us, champs. Bye.